I'm excited to see what I can actually accomplish today if I put my mind to it, if I focus on it. What do you think? Oh, you're gonna take my Kindle. Thank you. Lovely. What I like a lot is that her caretaker, that's not the right word, but monarch, that's also wrong. Hello everybody, my name is Kelsey and we're about to get very, very nerdy with a day of my life. Kinda. So good morning. It is just after 10. And I thought I would come in and kind of do a day in the life a little bit. It's not really a day in the life in the sense of, like, I didn't know how to phrase this because, like, during the week, a normal day, like when I'm at my job, because I'm off on Mondays, it would be like the most boring vlog ever because I would just be in my office and then at home. And I probably wouldn't vlog very much. So I decided to do a Monday. So this I'm framing this as a day in the life vlog a little, but as like a reading mom, basically. So Mondays, this is a pretty normal Monday for me, I think. I have Mondays off. I do sometimes do a few things, but there's nothing, like there's no deadlines or anything looming right now. So my plan is to not, unless there's an emergency that comes through. But on Mondays, the only plan that I usually have is later this morning, they have at one of the libraries that's close to us a like story time for babies and toddlers that are Peanut's age. And so depending on when she wakes up from her nap, we'll go. Based purely on when she fell asleep, I have a feeling that that might not happen today, but that's usually the only plan I have for the day besides filming something. So she takes 2 naps during the day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. And she's currently down for her first nap. She's been down for probably about 30 minutes. And my plan for this nap is to film the video that's supposed to come out on Wednesday, which you will have seen before this video comes out, which is my July haul. So I need to collect all the books for that. And then I have some like dishes, like the dishwasher is done. I need to empty that and do the dishes from breakfast and things like that. So there's a couple of household things. But I did want to come to you and tell you the books that I'm planning on focusing on, because the difference that I'm doing today is I'm going to be intentional about the books that I read, or like intentional about my time so that I am actively reading instead of just like sitting down and watching YouTube, which is fun and I love it, but I want to prioritize books. So I have 2 books on the go at the moment, and I'm not sure which one. Like, I don't know if I'll get to both of them at some point today. The one that I have been reading is the 3rd book in the HMRC series, which is Human Rites by Juno Dawson. This is the 3rd and final book. I read the 2nd one for my 5-star predictions vlog that you will have hopefully seen, and it was so good that I like immediately picked up the 3rd one. So almost immediately. I kind of had to wait for it to come in the mail, and it came a couple of days ago. Friday, I think, is when it came. Either way, I've picked it up. I am about 86 pages in, so not too far, but I have been reading this one. I do have this one on audio, so I am very excited about this one. It's a witchy story. It follows trans and women's rights, and there's like this big, bad, evil, demonic thing that is kind of out to get them, and this is the final step in this journey where, like, I think some big things are going to get revealed in this book. So I have been really enjoying that one. But the other book that I'm going to prioritize first is Devil in Spring But Lisa Clay, this is the third book in the Ravenels series. I'm reading this as part of a readathon, kind of. I'll put the announcement and everything down below. But basically, that's happening, and my friend Taylor and I are using it as an excuse to read this series together, where she has read the series before, and I have not. It's one of her favorite books, one of her favorite series, I think, and I have never read it, and I've been enjoying it so far. So this is the third book in it. It's basically like the Bridgertons, where we follow a bunch of people in this family called the Ravenels. In this one, we follow, there are two younger siblings who are not twins, but kind of act like twins. And it is, I don't remember if it's young, I think it's the younger of those two. But she gets center stage here, and she ends up in a compromising position, or is found in a compromising situation with this rake, and they're kind of forced to get married. Fun fact, the rake is actually the son of someone that we met in the Wallflower series, so there's kind of crossover there, and I'm very excited to see how that goes. I literally just started it. I'm in chapter 1. Like, literally nothing has happened, but I listened to it while I was doing my makeup, and I'm going to listen to it when I do other household things. So I need to go collect all the books for my July wrap-up, so I'll listen to it a little bit when I do that, and then after recording, I'll plop it on while I clean up and do dishes and things like that. So I need to go get situated for that, and I'll come back to you a little bit later with hopefully an update. My plan is to get through 2 hours or 20% of this book today. So we're reading it throughout the week, and it's about 10 hours long. So if I can get through a couple of hours, it's not actually a couple of hours because I listened to it faster, so it'll be less than that, but to the 20% mark is my plan for today, and then I'll come back and pick up Human Rites. But those are my reading plans. I'm going to prioritize reading, like I mentioned, among the other stuff. We'll see if Peanut decides to wake up and we'll go to story time. If not, that's totally fine. She sleeps for, like, on average, 2 hours, and that would be right when we need to leave. So we'll see if she decides to get up. I don't know. I have about an hour to figure things out. So let's go do some stuff. Let's prioritize our time, and I'll take you along with me for whatever this day holds. We'll see. I'm excited to see what I can actually accomplish today if I put my mind to it, if I focus on it. So that's my plan. sense. So it's after dinner. Chris is currently putting Peanut down for bed, so I thought I would come tell you kind of how it went today. I'm sure I will read a little bit more before bed, but as of right now, I did get to quite a little bit in Devil in Spring. I made it to 26%, so we're on chapter 7, and according to this, I'm on page 96 of my Kindle. So these Kindle pages. So I made it over the 20% mark, which is what I wanted. So that was good. I'm very excited. And like even continued like a couple of chapters beyond where I could have stopped because it ended on a cliffhanger and I was really interested, not a cliffhanger, but it ended on some moments where I wanted to continue reading. So I really am really enjoying this book. There's not a whole lot quite yet. Again, I'm only like 20% of the way through, so it's not too much into it quite yet, but this one follows Pandora, who is, they're twins. Pandora and Cassandra are twins, so I think I misspoke at the very beginning of this video, but they're twins, and Cassandra really, really wants a season, and so Pandora is the one who really could care less. She really wants to invent like a board game and kind of start that, and then the guy from the previous book owns the main male love interest in the previous book. He owns like a department store, and so he's helping her and investing in her. So she has no interest in anything. She doesn't want to get married. She doesn't want anything like that. And so her friend has a little bit of a tryst and leaves an earring, and they're like her husband's like great grandmothers. Like that's a family heirloom. So she goes to get them to help her friend save face, and they're kind of stuck in a settee, and she gets stuck herself and ends up getting help from this guy named Gabriel St. Vincent, who is kind of a known rake. His father's a known rake as well. I think I'd mentioned that his father and his mother, their relationship was in the Wallflower series. Actually, we see another character from the Wallflower series as well, which was really fun. He is trying to help her out of the settee because she's very stuck, but like her butt is in the air, so like her head is in the couch, and they get walked in on by a couple people, and so one of them is a family friend, and he's trying to help calm things down, and the other one is just ridiculous, and so they end up basically like being forced to be engaged, and Pandora says no, like she refuses to get married. And so what ends up happening is the St. Vincents decide to invite the Ravenel family to their estate because they both, anytime they go out, they get asked 1,000 questions, and like there's no end, like there's no answer quite yet, and so they don't have one. So they both kind of escape to the country a little bit. And then it's also a chance for her to get to know him a little bit more and see if this is really for her. I love the banter. She is your stereotypical, not like other girls a little bit, except for that she's super clumsy and always says the wrong thing and is trying to be good because her sister wants a season and wants a husband and all of that. And so she's trying to be good for her sister, but is failing miserably at every turn. So she's very interesting to Gabriel and his family. What I thought, and that's kind of where we're at, is they've gone to this estate, and that's where we've kind of ended the first section. What I like a lot is that her caretaker, that's not the right word, her like cousin who's in charge, who's like a duke or an earl or whatever, he's in charge of their family. His name is Devin. His romance was the very first book. He is kind of in charge of this whole family, and he sits her down and basically is like, we have been invited and we're gonna go, but I'm like, we're leaving, like the whole family is going, but we're gonna leave your chaperone here because I think you deserve to have some moments alone with him to see if this is actually what you want, because like his wife didn't have that with her first husband, who was the previous Duke Earl person, and he had a huge temper and like basically abused her kind of, and she didn't have like any knowledge of anything going into marriage. She didn't know if they would work or anything like that. He just kind of like, she just didn't know what to expect. And while a week is not a lot of time, he's like, I want you to go in and I want you to just see if this is a thing. Because if it's not, if you don't think this is a person that you can get along with, we will figure out something. Like, it is fine. We've survived worse than this. But I want to go. I want you to see what it's like. I want you to see if this is actually something that could make you happy. Because, like, they have a banter that everyone is like, there might be something here. And she finds him incredibly attractive and vice versa. So he's like, no pressure, but like, we're going to go. I'm making the decision that this family is going to go, but I want you to have some time alone with him so that you can decide if this is the right thing for you. And I really liked that because it was like him being very open with her, also being like, this is for our own good that we go, and I get that you're not happy that we're going because you have a set thing in your mind, but like, please just give it a chance, and if there is nothing, then we will support you, and that is fine, and we will not continue with any form of courtship. And so I just really liked him. He's grown on me quite a lot, so I've been liking that one quite a lot. I'm excited to see where we go with that one. And then I also did pick up Human Rites. I haven't gotten very far. I think I've read like 40 pages so far of this one. I'm on chapter 20, so I'm on page 125. So still not quite far into this one, but things are happening. And I'm excited to see where we go. There are next steps in this book. There are players making moves. I'm very excited. And like, there's a character who I wasn't sure we would see again come back, and I'm very excited to see. Like, I don't think there was a romantic partnership that kind of ended in the last book, and I don't know if that romance is going to continue in this one. I don't think it will, but one of the characters is now back and part of the story, and I like this character a lot. So I'm interested to see what things are going to happen with that. So I'm realizing that this is a very creepy cover because there is a goat on here, but demons play a big role in this plot, specifically in this book, which is why we've got some crazy looking horns. I don't know, there's just some interesting things on this cover. Either way, there's not a lot to say about this one because it's the third and final book in the series, and I don't want to ruin a lot of it, but I've talked about the series quite a lot. But I've made some decent progress, and some things have happened that I'm very excited about. So, as of right now, I have read a total of 135 pages, which pretty good, especially considering that Peanut did not take lots of naps like she was supposed to today. She basically slept about half the time she normally does. So she just like, I sat down to film and she woke up. So I kind of quickly went through that video and then went to get her. And then she was content to like hang out and play in her own little space while I did the dishes and things. But like, she was not having to sleep. But we did walk today for the first time. So, you know, there are trade-offs, and that was very cute, and we're very excited about our little human who's now becoming a toddler. That's kind of my day. I know it wasn't very exciting. Like, I wasn't able to go places because she slept through, or I guess didn't sleep through, when we would have gone to the library, which is totally fine. We more oftentimes don't go than go at this point, but she loves the story time, so we'll try again next week. But it was a very relaxing, kind of chill day in the grand scheme of things. So I hope you guys enjoyed whatever the heck this turns out to be. It's honestly pure chaos on my end, so I hope it becomes something. And let me know if this is interesting and you'd like more like this. I've done a day in my life before, but it was like when my channel first started. Like, Chris and I I think we were engaged, but we weren't married yet. I still worked in news, which I don't anymore, and it was a little crazy. So I could do like a week in my life and show you the work part of it, but I don't know if that's at all interesting. Let me know what you guys think down below. But I hope you enjoyed the chaoticness that is this video, and if there is something that you are actively reading at the moment, let me know what that is. Because, like, I mean, if you also have thoughts on the books that I've mentioned in today's video, you can always leave that linked down below. But considering I'm still very early on in both of those books, let me know what you're currently reading. But if you like this video, and I very much hope that you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below if you like to be part of this awesome little Willing family. I always got all my social media down there as well as other fun bookish links, so check all that out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.